What's up, mob? Hey, so we've got 2 rounds of Supercross left, and it's a 12-point gap between Cooper Webb and Jet Lawrence. But guess what? Neither guy has really been exceptionally good at the Denver race. It's really hard packed, but we're going to get into that. We're going to get into the 250 class, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Pulp MX Privateer race, which pays big money. And also, what in the hell's going on with World Supercross? But remember, guys, subscribe. If you can subscribe to the channel, it definitely helps the algorithm. Some people are getting unsubscribed. I don't know why, but it's still happening. So if you could just double check that, I would appreciate it. So let's get into this, guys.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So the 450 class in Denver is extremely interesting because Webb has struggled with arm pump this year. There's a few things to watch at this race. This race gets very, very hard packed, which means takeout moves are going to be available if anybody chooses to do that. When there's really, really deep ruts, guys are kind of locked in where they're locked in. Whereas when the track's hard packed and you can actually switch lines, you can take someone's front wheel out. Will Webb try something this weekend or next weekend in Salt Lake? I don't know. With the altitude and the cold weather, how's that going to affect Cooper Webb's arm pump? That's just strange how it's came in this year. I don't know why that is, but altitude and cold weather, both things that cause arm pump. And I'll tell you the 2 guys to watch for this weekend. It's Jason Anderson, who's really good on hard surfaces. My question is, he's been training in Florida. He has a history of struggling with altitude sickness and altitude-related illness, but he was living in New Mexico for a long time. Has he got that all figured out? Is that going to rear its head again because he's been, training at Club MX? And Eli Tomac returns to the scene of the ruptured Achilles in his home race. And I know Salt Lake is actually closer to where he lives, but he's a Colorado guy. This is a Colorado race. They love Eli Tomac in Denver, and they desperately want to see redemption from their boy. Can he deliver and take a win? I don't know, maybe. But with 2 rounds to go, this series isn't over. A lot of people are saying, Jet, crown him. Nah, man. If last year taught us anything, it's hang on until they hand that plate over. Anything can happen in Supercross. If you want to improve your fitness through science, go to CompleteRacingSolutions.com. Coach Rob measures sweat rate, heart rate, and everything else to make you a better athlete. Go to CompleteRacingSolutions.com. Epic Garage Designs has the coolest stuff, and they've partnered up with Smash Stunts. This girl does street stunts, and Travis just built out her garage. It looks amazing. So check out Smash Stunts and EpicGarageDesigns.com. We have another championship in the 250 class coming down to the wire. RJ Hampshire has a 2-point lead in the West Coast Championship over Levi Kitchen. Now, Levi Kitchen isn't really good in Colorado. Remember last year? RJ flourishes at altitude. Remember last year? He caught Levi Kitchen, went for the pass, went off the track, was way behind, and caught back up and still won the race. Should he have been docked for speeding off the track? I don't know. But that's a totally separate argument for a separate day. And actually, it's been settled. So, no, he didn't deserve a punishment. But if RJ can win, and even if Levi gets second, we're talking about 5 points heading into Salt Lake City. So if Levi wants to still control his own destiny heading into the East-West shootout, he's going to have to keep it within 3, which means both guys are going to have bad races and have to finish within each other, or he's going to have to finish ahead of RJ. And Joe Shimoda has been getting better and better. Can he finally deliver Factory Honda a win? They got their win with a privateer team last year, but can Factory Honda deliver a win with Joe Shimoda? Probably. If you want the coolest t-shirts and hats, hit up Ride Strapped. They've got goggles, just a cool company. And they'll be at Paula with me. We're going to be camping out. Come grab a burger with us. Go to ridestrap.com. If you're shipping anything, use Precision Transport. That's pretransport.com, a family-owned company that doesn't screw you around on your shipping needs. So I was getting a little bit worried, being that here it is, May. We still haven't seen a World Supercross schedule. I had reached out to Adam Bailey last week, and he said, oh, everything's good, but we'll have news coming in the future. Guess what? Adam Bailey has resigned. And also, their social media has disappeared. Apparently, that was part of an advertising agency and didn't belong to the series. It doesn't look good. I wouldn't count on the World Supercross series continuing. And it's disappointing. They really put pressure on the AMA series and, both outdoors and indoors. And that's when they created, the super duper motocross, which actually pays pretty well. Competition for our series is healthy. It keeps these guys from having a complete monopoly. Monopolies, they can come in and just tell you, hey, this is what we're paying you and you're going to do it or else. And we all love this sport so much. Guess what? We're going to do that. And they know that. I'm disappointed to see World Supercross, going this route, and it looks like it's out. And that's bad for everybody that loves this sport except for Feld and MX Sports. Stay tuned. They're not completely dead yet, but it does not look good. They are on life support and looks like we're getting ready to pull that plug. The Pulp MX Privateer Challenge, or LCQ Challenge is what they're calling it, is awesome for these privateers. Feld and MX Sports should be embarrassed that this race pays so much more. The privateers care far more about this LCQ Challenge than they do about the actual Denver Supercross. They make more money, and it's got a fun format. Steve's having a blast with it. Despite how I feel about Steve personally, this is a very, very good thing for the industry, very good thing for the sport, and he's actually testing out this weird format where they're going to do a 5-minute race, then they're going to finish them, then they're going to restack them staggered in the opposite order that they finished. 22nd will be first, and they're going to do another 5-minute moto, and they're going to use like outdoor moto Olympic scoring where 1-2, 2-1, that type of scoring. And it pays big, and these guys really want to win. He's got a bunch of wild cards from the 250 class in there. I can't wait to see this race. I'm actually probably more excited about this race, and it'll be on Friday before the Supercross. And I believe Verb Moto will be covering it live. So if you want to see the Privateer Pulp MX LCQ race, it's on Verb Moto, and it will be this Friday. Thanks, guys. I appreciate all the support, and I will catch you later.